Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Besame Mucho. Besame Mucho, what does it mean? It means kiss me a lot. It was written in 1940 by a Mexican songwriter, Consuelo Velázquez. And she, it is said, had not been kissed at the time she wrote this tune, and she had heard that kissing was a sin. This is said to have been the most famous song in Spanish of all time. Frank Sinatra had a hit with it in 1954. The Beatles sang it at their first unsuccessful Decca audition, where they were turned down as being not good enough, and they recorded it again later at Abbey Road Studios in 1962. The original is a bolero, but we're actually going to be playing it as a rumba. And I have to come clean and say I know nothing whatsoever about Spanish rhythms, and to me they're all the same, which is a terrible thing to admit, I know. A great story from Brazil in 1990. There was an affair between the Minister of Economics and the Minister of Justice. It was a secret affair, and it was revealed when the two danced cheek to this tune, Besame Mucho. And presumably the musicians in the band were paying attention, and they noticed what was happening. And a few days later the presidential band was to introduce the Minister of Economics at a conference, and the director of the band decided it would be a great jape if they played not a military march but Besame Mucho. And it was obvious what their game was, and he was placed under house arrest for 3 days for insubordination. I think that's such a good story. So I'm going to show you a simple version of the tune, and then I'll show you some of the things you can do with it, which is lots. So the original melody has lots of triplets, that is to say, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've never played one of those before, they can be a bit tricky, but once you've got the hang of it, it's actually really easy. So I'm going to play the melody with a whole load of those, but we don't actually have to use them in practice. But here we go. I'll play it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Section. So it's got two sections. I usually play it A, B, A, like that. Some people will play it A, A, B, A. Some people do it A, A, B, B. So it's a good idea to work out in advance exactly how it's going to go, or to nod vigorously to suggest what's going to happen next. It doesn't sound great, to be honest, without the chords, so let's do it again with some backing. So you'll notice that for most of those long notes, wherever possible, I was going into third position. And that allows you to have a nice slide up to them and also to get a much better vibrato than you'll get either with an open string or with your fourth finger. With those triplets, there's lots of them, so that's actually pretty boring. So there's loads of ways in which you can shorten or lengthen individual notes. So if you lengthen the first note, or you can lengthen the last note, or a mixture. And I find if you're going to do 3 equal notes, then doing a long bow split up is often quite a nice way to emphasize the notes. So the second version that I've got has a much freer approach to those triplets, and also I've done quite a few double stops here and there to emphasize the change of chords. For example, from D minor to D7, getting that F to F sharp in is a really good idea. I've used some of the scale of 6, I think, and there are some linking sections, so that kind of thing is what we're going to do. So let's go through the second version, and we'll do this straight away with the backing. So you see that on the repeat of the A section I went up an octave, which works really nicely. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to play you out with a version where I'm going to improvise over the chords a little bit on the second time round. If you'd like a copy of the dots for these 2 versions, then do subscribe and send me an email and I'll send you a copy. So I'll see you again soon and hope you enjoy this final version.